Welcome back to the Pastor Study. I trust you're enjoying this day. It is what God has given us. And in this day we find the things that are important for life and joy and peace. God placed us in a good creation. Yes, it's fallen. It has its problems. And we have our issues. But it's good nonetheless. And in that, we, much like creation, have things we need to deal with. I was reminded in a conversation over the weekend about Evagrius of Ponticus. Evagrius was a deacon in the church at Constantinople. He was bright. He was on a very good career path. Advancement was coming quickly. He was well liked. But he fell in love with a married woman. As far as I know, the woman never realized it. It was all in his head and his heart. And rather than face the temptation, he ran. He ran to Palestine, to a monastery with a friend, and then he went to another monastery, and he finally ends up in the deserts of Egypt with the monks there. And there, he produces some important literature for the whole of the church. One of his core understandings was that of the 8 deadly sins. You probably know them more readily as the 7 deadly sins, but he talked about the 8 deadly thoughts. Now, there's a difference between a sin and a thought. And those 8 deadly thoughts were a progressive issue. But this is what I want to get at. He talked about them as things that come into our minds unbidden. We're quietly enjoying something, and this thought, this temptation, floats through our mind. It doesn't seem to originate with us. It comes from somewhere else, perhaps, or who knows. Whatever the source, the solution was to quote Scripture dealing with that temptation. Now, thoughts are what kill us. They defeat us, or they enable us to do incredible things. What we think, how we talk to ourselves, how we embrace that inner life impacts everything that we do. If we wake up with a mindset that is defeated, we will move through the day in a defeated fashion. Not because we have been defeated, but because we decided we are finished. So, here's the thing. This is your day. God has given it to you, and it's good. Yes, there'll be temptations, there'll be problems like anything else, because we live in the world that we live in that is corrupted by sin. It has its difficulties. It's true. I won't deny it. But I will say, it's still good. Ever drop a candy cane? The pieces are just as sweet, even when the candy's broken. Yes, this world's not perfect. But this is the day that God has given us. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Make the decision today to rejoice, to be glad, to enjoy what God has given you, and you will not be defeated today. I know it sounds way too simple, doesn't it? But if you let those 8 deadly thoughts rule your mind, it's going to be a bad day. So choose. Choose how you will embrace this day and every day that comes hereafter. Peace.